Hi, I'm Joss'n B. Gabriel, and welcome to my controlling presentation.
Work, 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 work. You see me heavy work, 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 work. You see me do me.
Today, I'll be talking about control, or controlling in organizations, primarily focusing on the open book management. First things first, let's go over my table of contents. As you can see, it's going to be a brief presentation. So sit back and relax because this is going to fly on by. So, first, I'll go over the purpose and function of controlling in organizations. Next, I'll review the contemporary control system, which is basically the open book management. I'll explain how it works. And last but not least, show me the money, right? I'll go over the financial and budgetary controls in the open book management. They pretty much go hand in hand, but I'll go into more detail about it later on through the presentation. So, controlling in organizations. Why do we do it? Because without it, we'll crash and burn. Think about it. Us as individuals need structure in order to function. Hence school, right? We're instilled in a very young age, structure, like wake up, go to school, come back, and it's a kind of a routine. But anyway, we're instilled on it. So it only makes sense that a business, corporation, organization, what have you, also needs structure in order to function successfully. And there's a few contemporary control systems that can be implemented. As you can see, I only listed 3, and I'm only going to go over one of them, the open book management. But all of them, and I mean all of them, are effective in its own way. And of course, all of them also have pros and cons. But what I discovered, or really researched that, is that the economy is a big factor for doing away with the older models like the chain of command. It's not as useful as it used to be. It's no longer bosses telling you what to do. It's more of a team collaboration, employee collaboration. So because of that, today's boss is supposed to walk around or ride around. If you've seen the movie, The Intern from Anne Hathaway, great movie, by the way. Anyway, today's modern boss is supposed to walk around and encourage participation from all employees, right? Everyone's on an equal level, and everyone is sharing responsibility in decision-making, problem-solving, what have you, but all of it for the best interest for the company, as well as themselves. Another factor that we have to consider, and it's a must, is technology. With today's modern devices, basically everyone, and I mean everyone, is kept informed with the latest information or news due to social media and the internet. So today's culture is all about instant results and gratification. So the world, basically the business world, needs to deliver. Needs. It really needs to deliver. And the best way to do that is through transparency, which is the open book management. So, what's the open book management? Well, let me tell you. The open book management allows employees to see for themselves the financial condition of the organization and encourages them to think and act like business owners. In summarization or clarification, it shares the financial information with employees so that everyone feels like they have a stake in the game. And as you can see, the definition of the open book management goes, or really is a direct link with the financial and budgetary controls. But no worries, I'll go more into detail about it in a little bit. So, again, by having financial transparency with the employees, it gets them to act and think differently, which is pretty great, right? We want them to contribute and be a part of the organization, right? It's a fundamental idea the link between the employee and the company. So instead of telling employees what to do, it's more of an ask, which is polite if you think about it. Basically, it's teaching employees the want to. And when I say want to, I have air quotes around the want to. Visualize it, right? Okay, giving them the responsibility to figure things out. And in return, as a group, means better profits for the company. So, the open book management, if you think about it, is the lightning in a bottle effect. The big hoorah, the aha moment. It's pretty genius. It changes the essential logic of how people work, act, think, and function. Pretty fabulous. So, going back to the definition of the open book management, which is basically, or really is, financial transparency. It's a direct link to the financial and budgetary control because through the financial transparency, the business, corporation, organization, what have you, is able to set financial goals. And everyone within the company is able to monitor it, the results, whether it's good or bad. And from there, they're able to make changes as needed. So it's a group decision, a company's decision as a whole, which is really good. So what I'm saying is that everybody in the company gets to focus on it and help contribute to the business making money. Ka-ching, which means bigger profits, a lot of profits, right? Let's rake in that dough. And it's no more and no less. So, in conclusion, the open book management is basically the more modern, contemporary control system being implemented today. It's also the essential logic of how people work together within the company. And of course, the open book management equals increasing profits. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Let's bring in that money. And to prove that fact, a study conducted by the National Center for Employee Ownership showed that out of the 50 companies implementing the book management, all of them grew in profits. And I mean all of them, right? That's pretty good. For all of them to grow, that's a really good result. And the results showed that the profits grew about 1.66% faster than their competitors. And the companies, not all of them, and it didn't say how many, but the companies who also implemented for employees to have stock ownership plan within, within their, it was the book management implementation plus adding the employee stock ownership plan. Okay, yeah, so those companies who did that grew 2.2% faster in profits. I know, the percentages may not seem like a lot, but academics will tell you that in the world of economic data, even a 1% difference is significant. Just a thought, right? It's a pretty good one. Good and no. Anyway, I'm Joss'n, and thank you for listening to my controlling presentation. Are my references, as well as my photo credit. Thank you, Pexel. I used majority of the photos from there. And my music credit. Thanks, Riri. Work, 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 da 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 da. Okay, no. But yeah, you got my drift. And if you would like access to my references, go down to the description box below, and there they are. Anyway, thanks again for listening. Till next time.
Work, 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 work. You send me everywhere.